Okay, so in this today's lecture, this discussion, I am going to talk to you about line icons. So give me a moment. Start actually. So line icons are basically a very important part of a design process. Okay, you take it as a design element for any UI design, or you may design line icons for your icon packs. Okay, so these are very crucial parts, but both icons are kind of different. The line icons that we use for UI designing, okay, that is kind of different, and the line icons that we design for app icons, that is kind of different. In what way they are different, but in what way they are also similar. Okay, so let me just show you first what are some line icons. Okay, so this is what you see. This is a line icon, this white smiley one part. So this is a line icon, but as you see over here, the canvas is 48 by 48 pixels. So the line icon will be like this. The line icon will be, for the system it will be small, and for the app icons the icon will be much larger, because for apps we generally use 192 by 192 pixels. Okay, this is the highest resolution app icon that we use generally. But for our system or a system UI, or for using the icons while designing an app, we use system icons. So basically these are also system icons when they are this resolution. When they are in the small resolution, they can be used as system icons. Okay, so that's why they are kind of similar, or to say they are almost exactly similar. Just in the they are dissimilar in that part is that the size is just different. Okay, otherwise basically all the things are similar. Okay, for the icons actually. Now if you take a look at some popular line icons, that will be our material icons provided by Google. Okay, so if you go to our material website, and these are all the line icons you can see. I have field selected. Let's select the outline one. So these are all the line icons that you see, and these are actually the system icons. Okay, so these we actually use in our apps or any kind of UI design like that. You can also use these to make your app icons as well, but for that the icons, the exported icon should be much larger in dimensions. That's all. Okay, and we also get some kind of styles for these icons. Some other popular icons are these, such as feather font icons. So these are another some special kind of icons that made by developers. So feather icons are also very popular. Then we come to phosphor icons. Actually, phosphor icons so these are also some great icons actually. Okay, phosphor icons are also good. Then you get like Eva icons. Eva icons are also good. Then you get something like unicorns. I'm just going to show you some examples, so that if you need them for your any kind of particular design, you can just take them from here if you need some icons. Okay, but I will also show you how you can create your own. Okay, so here are unicorns. Okay, unicorns icons are also great. Okay, so let's just start with this grid first. Okay, in the previous classes, in the first class actually, when I started out with icon designing this course, actually I talked about the grids a lot. Okay, and this this actually article by Helena Zhang, who is actually the creator of phosphor icons. This one, she is the creator of these icons, phosphor icons. She actually greatly demonstrated or showcased how to use the grids and key lines. Okay, so as I told earlier, these small squares, these small checkered box are called pixel grids. Then there are these kind of things, these are called let me show you, these are called pixel grids, these small ones. Then these are called key shapes. Then these are called these diagonal or these vertical lines are called orthogonals. Then there comes masks, and then there is the safe area or trim area. Okay, the safe area is that area which we leave on all sides, so that our icon doesn't get cropped when rendering. Okay, so this part we always leave behind. And here they show how material icon packs have been designed, which kind of layout. So this they show that material icons follow a 24 by 24 grid system, in which this is considered as 1 pixel, and then 2 pixel width of stroke are used. Okay, same thing they also show for a circular icon. We should use the circular key shape, and for a square icon we should use the square key shape, that is a square key shape. And for the tall vertical icon we should use the vertical square, and for the horizontal square the vertical rectangle, and for the vertical horizontal icon we should use the horizontal rectangles. Okay, so here are some other icons, examples of some other icons. But what thing they specifically mention is that let me come to this part. Here are some other designs as well. These designs are actually for the iOS icons, that these grids are for iOS icons actually. Okay, so what they basically tell is that in this part, let me show you. So you see in this part, for the circular icons, as I have told you already, we use the circular key shape. For the square icons, you use the square key shape. For the vertical rectangle, we use the vertical key shape, and for the horizontal icon, we use the horizontal rectangle key shape. Okay, so the main thing that they mention here over is that a grid as a guide. So grids are meant to be used as guides, not hard rules. Drop them when they stop working for you. That means, suppose you are designing an icon, but it is fitting perfectly to the grid, but it is not kind of looking right. Okay, let me just admit someone joining. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, so as they said very clearly is that optics greater than grids. Always check for optical balance. Okay, for referencing the circle key shape directly doesn't feel quite right. If you see these two designs, both are following the circular key shape, but if you compare them both optically by visual reference, you can see that the G icon is looking way bigger in comparison to this Spotify icon. Okay, if you see this here, you see the G icon is looking way bigger actually. So for that visual balance, we need to adjust that for visual balance. Even though they might follow the grid, but we should always correct for our visual reference more than the grid reference. So that's what they mentioned clearly. A grid should always be used as a guide, not hard rules. So always trust your eyes more than the grids. Okay, they should not be used as hard and fast rules. Next thing, one thing they also mentioned is that on top. Let me go to that part first. Okay, it should be here, I guess. So this is another article by Helena Zhang as well, on Medium. She has clearly mentioned over here. Let me show you that part. Okay, this part. Now if we create a play button, if you look at this design, this is what a play button looks like. So a triangular right sided triangle inside a circle. But as you see, both from the sides, all the sides are actually equidistant, x equal to x. But this looks like a unbalanced icon. If you look visually, it looks like that the triangle is slightly to the left side. Okay, that means it looks like as if this part is way more, the right sided x part is the distance is way more than the left side. So for visual reference, what we need to do is that we need to compensate for that. This here shows the balanced icon. Now as you see over here, we have two different values, y and z. So that clearly shows that both are not the same, otherwise they would have been mentioned as x and x like in the previous one. Since both values are same, that's why they are showing x equal to x. But in this one, they have compensated according to their visual reference. So they are seeing the icon and they are thinking, okay, this icon is fitting the grids properly, but something is not quite feeling right. The icon doesn't look balanced. Okay, so that's why they are taking help of their visual reference. So what is visual reference? Basically, it is what you see on the screen. So if you design an icon that fits perfectly to the grid, but you see that there is something off with the icon. There is still not the icon is still not perfectly placed symmetrically. So that's when the visual reference comes to play. So you see that icon, you make certain changes, and if it goes well, then it's fine. Okay. For this one also, you see the j for the I and the j, see that the stroke, and usually the circle should be following this path, this stroke path, but you see the circle is way larger than this path. Also, if I zoom into this left sided part is way more than the right sided part outside the lines. Okay, if I zoom into more into this, let me zoom more into this. It's not zooming more actually. Okay, let me zoom this way. Okay, this is, I guess the zoom is coming into play. Okay, now see, if I see that this left part is way more than this right part. Okay, so this is for the visual reference. Okay, but if I had made the same thing, you know, the distance from the left and the right side the same, then it would have looks kind of, you know, off balance. That's why they have taken help of visual reference. For this one also, the overshoot on O, you see some parts of the O is overshooting from these baselines of the H. This has been done, you know, to actually make the font or whatever this is actually font, to make it look perfect to your eyes. So what do we get from here? The grids do not give us perfect designs. The eyes do give us our perfect designs. So with that being said, I start the actual design process. So after going through both the articles yesterday and also following material design guidelines, and after a lot of trouble, I made experiments with this grid actually. So this is the grid that I made actually. You will not find this exact grid anywhere. So I had to make the grid, and I will also show you how you can make this grid yourself. If you want, I will provide you this grid as well. Okay, on the Telegram channel. So how you can create? First, you need to understand the document size. The document size for this one is 24 by 24 pixels. Okay, we need a 24 by 24 pixels document size. So all Google material design icons, let me show you. These icons are made on this 24 by 24 pixel canvas. and here 1 pixel would be like, first make this one. Let me show you. First let us create the pixel grids. Okay, first let us create the pixel grids. Pixel grids are used for more in detail management actually. So how you can create the pixel grid? So make it 24 by 24 width, since our document has 24 by 24 width and height. And how many horizontal dividers should be there? There should be one less, 23 by 23. That way, okay. Why it's looking like this? Because this is a small document and the weight of the stroke is 1 pixel. So I'm going to do it 0.01, because I already know, I have tried and tested multiple times what looks good here. You can do according to your needs actually. Now you see, since this is a very small document, the document is not perfectly replying or corresponding to the the guides. It is magnetically connecting, but since I have this snap to pixel grid turned on, so this is small pixel size document, so 1 pixel is this much, so my magnetic attachment will give me this much of free mobility for 1 pixel. After that, it will if I do some minimal adjustments, it will not give me that mobility. So that's why I have disabled snap to pixel. Okay, this part is very important. I have to disable snap to pixel for smaller documents. Okay, so I'm going to adjust it to the center. Now I'm going to adjust to the center. Okay, so this part is done. Now we are going to create these keyline grids. Okay, these keyline grids, first measure this one. So how many squares are here? One small square equals to 1 pixels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also 5 on the same side. So 20 pixels would be our square. 5, 5, 10. Oh, sorry, 5, 5, 10. So 10 by 10. 10 by 10 would do. Let me see. I guess 10 by 10 would do. First let me disable this one, hide this one. Okay, 10 by 10 is doing, I guess, yes, pretty good. So I have to increase the weight of this one. 0.15 I'm doing for this one. Let me just keep it 0.1. Okay, I also need a circle. So same thing. The circle should follow the same path. Okay, I'm just going to create a simple circle and then fit it according to this box. Okay, so we are done with these two shapes actually. I'm disabling the keyline grids and the ortho. Okay, so what happened here is that we have made this circle. Let me show you again. We have made this circle. My bad. Let me change the color. So we have made this circle so far and this square. Okay, now we need to make these two diagonals. Okay, so how you can create these two diagonals? From one, use the pen tool, then go to one on the one corner and click on the intersect. When it shows intersect, then come to the another corner, click on intersect. Okay, then for the same thing, intersect. Done. This thing is done. Now see our grid. Okay, now for these lines, okay, for these two lines are same. One is in horizontal orientation and one is in portrait orientation. So we need to actually create actually one. Okay, and the distance is that distance of this line from this square is 1 pixels. So we can create here as well. So this is our square. Let me just change the color, the guide color, okay. So the bounding box color. So this is our square, and we need to give 1 pixel distance. So this will be our, so this will be our the vertical one. So I'm just going to use pen tool again, and from creating from this path, okay, sorry, I need to lock this layer first, the bottom key line layer first, okay. Then I'm going to use the anchor points and create. Now change again 0.1, since these need to be highlighted, and I'm just going to copy this one, place another one in the center, okay, my bad, copy forward, place another one in the, copy another one, place another one on the left side, 1 pixel away from the or 1 small square away from the margin of the rectangle, okay. So this part is done. So I need to copy these 3 lines again, group them, copy forward, and then rotate 90 degrees. So this part is also done. So my orthogonals are done. Now we have this part, we have this safe area or trim area. So here I already mentioned that they give a trim area for their design, the phosphor icons design. They their canvas is of 48 by 48 pixel size, but our canvas is 24 by 24 pixel size, and their trim area is 6 pixels, okay. But in our case, our trim area will be 2 pixels, okay. So this will be our trim area. If this is our key line, we have to okay, this one. So this is our key line. Let me hide these layers as well. I'm just going to group all these, okay. So 2 pixels by 2 pixels. So I need to create a square first, okay. So again, a small recap, how do I create a square? I go to the center or anywhere, press shift and alt, and click and drag outside, drag outwards. Now I need to give space of 2 pixels on each side. Now you see that we have 2 pixels on top, we have 2 pixels on the right, left, and bottom as well. So this part is also done. So I need to put this inside here as well, okay. This part is all done. Now I need the key line shapes. What are key line shapes? Okay, let me show you. These 4 are our key line shapes: the circle, the square, the vertical rectangle, the horizontal rectangle, okay. So what are they like? So the vertical rectangle should fit the top and bottommost part of that outer safe areas rectangle, okay, and it has a corner radius of 12 pixels, no, not 12 pixels. For this one it will be like 2 pixels, yeah, 2 pixels. So I'm just going to create another square, another rectangle actually, and I'm just going to match it on the height aspect. Then I need to give 2 pixels of side profile, side area, and then change the corner radius of this one. Let me hide these top bottom layers. Now change the to 2 pixels of corner radius. Now I need the same thing for the horizontal rectangle. Then copy and rotate. So this part are done. Okay. So this part done, okay. Now I need the actual square. So for that we again come to this design, and for the square we need 1 pixel clearance from the safe area rectangle, okay. This is our safe area, okay. So we are going to create a square. we are going to create a square. This is our safe area, so we need 1 pixel of clearance. So this is our 1 pixel clearance. Now same, corners will be 2 pixels. Okay, let me change the color of this orthogonals to something like bluish gray, so that I can properly understand the key lines. Okay, now much more better. So you can see all the key lines now, right? So our square is also done. Now I need to create a circle. So from the center I am drawing a circle, and it should fit the safe area square. Okay, now it's fitting the safe area square, and I'm just going to copy the properties of this square so that it matches the circle. So these are our key lines. So this is how you can make your grid actually. Let me change the color to something like red. Okay, now properly visible, I guess. Let's not make this so dark. Now much better. Now we have 3 things. The back one, this one is called as pixel grid. So we are going to rename that. We double click on the name, and then we can rename it. Okay, double click on it, and for this one the name will be orthogonals, ORTHOGNALS, and for this one this will be our key lines. Why I am showing you all this? First of all, why I am showing you all this instead of just giving you the just grid file and then you can just start designing on your own? Why I am showing you this? This is the basics of design. So once you understand how I am doing all this, or what is the the thinking behind these grids, only then you will be able to implement the design. Okay, only then you will be able to implement the design. So this is our grid layer. So I'm going to change the layer 1 name to grids. Okay, now I'm going to create another layer. So this layer 2 will be where our design goes. Okay, as initial reference point, we'll disable these two, the orthogonals and pixel grids, and change and make save changes and save this as our grid file. Okay, so from the next time when you create a new icon, we'll open the grid file and then we'll create the design, and when you want to save, then we'll save according to its name. Okay, so what we have covered so far is a basic understanding of the line icons, the grids, how they actually how they actually refer to the design actually. Also, how we also learned how to create the grids yourself. So you don't need to download any grids from anywhere, you can just create on your own. Okay, now to give you an example how I know this small square is 1 pixel. Okay, so let me just create a rectangle of 1 pixel width, 1 pixel height. If this rectangle fits inside this small square, then that's how I know this is a 1 pixel. Okay, so I'm just going to drag and drop inside, and you see it's perfectly fitting. Let me just zoom in. Okay, my bad. Let me show into this white area. So I'm just dragging this, and you see it's just perfectly fitting. So this is our 1 pixel. Okay, now we are going to start designing some icons. Okay, the first icon that I am going to be designing is, give me a moment. it will be a pupil icon. Pupil icon is this one. Okay, let me show you why I'm creating these specific icons for a particular reason that we will know later on. Okay, let me search the pupil icon here first. So this is the icon that I am trying to design. Okay, this pupil outline. So this pupil icon is usually used when we want to show in the app. This for I'm actually designing these icons for system icons, not app icons. The design process is actually the same. You can just design in this same grid file and then export it to 192 by 192 pixels. That I will also show you. Okay, so we'll create this pupil icon, and before I start creating, I need to take a look at some other icons as well. So I search here pupil or contact, no icon showing. So let me just browse through this one. So always take reference first. Okay, first take reference, then start your design. You need to have a clear idea about your design, or obviously that is the first and foremost requirement. Then you can take help of some previously designed stuffs and from inspirations, and then you can base your designs on that. Okay, for this one I'm going to take a look at any pupil icon or contact icon if they are showing, or team icon. User, okay, I need multiple user wala icon. So okay, unfortunately there is no such icon over here. Let me search by user. Let me see if I find anything or not. No, nothing here. Let's see phosphor. Search for pupil. Okay, users I see. This is a good icon. Also go for UV icons. Search for pupil. Pupil also there. Okay, so this is the kind of icon that I can create actually, and the icon is very simple. I will also show you how I can design. I should go to dribble first. Okay, dribble icons are really nice. You should always take inspiration from dribble before starting any design. Okay, or Pinterest for that matter. Search for system icons. Now this one, take this one as an example. This one also, this one also good. This is a field kind of icon. The field kind of icon also looks good on certain apps as well. This is another icon set. This is another icon set. This icon looks very nice to my eyes actually. Okay, this icon looks very great. Some roundedness is there, as I like some roundedness in all of my icons, so I can take some inspiration from over here. So these are these last two ones are field icons, but I want light icons, so line icons. Let me just go back. They are not changing. Okay, my bad. So I don't see the user icon over here, but that's alright. I'm just taking some inspirations. This one is way too small. I can check from over here as well. These are some good icons as well. Okay, here are some good icons, and they have shown the use case scenario for here. You can also download them or browse through them like this one. Okay, I'll come to this part later. Let me see these icons. These are some great icons. See over here, this icon is another user icon. Okay, let me just search user icon as it is. Okay, then I should get some good reference. This one here as well, some code user icon. These are some great field icons you can see over here. Okay, this one also good, this one also good. These are some good ones. Okay, there's no doubt about that. So we have taken a look at some icons as well. Before I go into the design, let me open this one. Let me see what. Okay, they have also mentioned what kind of design they have gone for. 2 pixel stroke, roundedness, corners, rounded corners. They have maintained the angle, use 45-degree angles even for anti-aliasing. Also set the same step for the angles modification for angles. They have used 45-degree angles as well. So this is their product. So as you see, the icons are pretty looking pretty good. Okay. Okay. So this is the first part. I need to take a look at some user icons. User icons. Nothing as such shows, but let's just start on with our design. Okay, let's just start on with our design. We should not waste any more time here. Okay, so my icon will look something like this. Okay, first I'm going to disable the pixel grids. I'm going to disable the orthogonals. I'm just going to keep the key lines, and I'm just going to design on the layer 2, since this is our grid layer. I'm going to lock the layer so that I don't make changes to this layer. So first we need a circle for the head, so I'm going to click here. Let's just create a 5 pixels by 5 pixels circle. So the weight should be 2 pixels. Okay, the weight should be 2 pixels. Let's just come to the grids now. Show the grids. Okay, I need to hit the safe area. Obviously, I need to attach it to this one so that I can hit the safe area. Okay, now for the body, I need the body as well. I can make this one a bit larger. Okay, so that we can accommodate the body in the later this lower half. Okay, so for that I'm just going to create a circle. For this I'm just going to create the design now. Then I'm just going to do the rest of the part. Then I'm going to create another circle over here, and I'm just going to overlap it. Okay, I'm going to make this circle a lot bigger. Okay, so this overlapping part will be our body. Okay, so I'm just going to intersect it, the intersect pathfinder tool. Now I'm just going to round up these corners. Before I round up, I need to convert it to the stroke, then give it a 2 pixels, and then round them up corner to 2 pixels. Okay, 2 pixels seems nice as of now. Now I need to attach it to the bottom. Okay, this is looking good, but there is actually no space left for the another body. Okay, so for that matter I'm just going to copy these 2 things and copy backwards. Sorry, my bad. Copy backwards, group them, and then make them a little smaller. Okay, make them a little smaller, and I have to also make the separation. So how much separation for the here we have done given? Okay, my bad, shift. This seems nice. Okay, for this one as well. You can do it like this, and for this one we need to attach it to a grid. This grid seems nice. For this one, this key line, I am using this key line grid as a reference. I am going to delete this one, this part I am copying. I will be making it small. I am just going to make it 1 pixel small on both ends. Okay, this is much better. Now make sure these two are aligned properly. So for that, I am going to align them vertically. So horizontal align center, for that matter, two objects to be aligned vertically. Now I need some spacing in between them, like this. I can just decrease the size a little bit. Okay, but before I do this, let me just fix this to the left of the design. Okay. Okay, I need one pixel here and to attach it to this one. Okay, so I have 2 pixels of safe area. You see over here, I have 2 pixels of safe area on the left side. Okay, these 2 pixels I need. This is our safe area. Now I am going to convert or expand it so that I get the proper shapes. Now copy them, copy back, group, and make them smaller. My bad. So by doing this, what we are doing is that we are actually making the stroke width a little smaller. For that we need to be aware of. Okay, so this design, this one here, they clearly mentioned how they are designing. So let's take a look at their design first. Okay, so for the first part here they have mentioned some icons over here. This is how they are designing. Okay, 2 pixels, they are also safe area, 2 pixels, 24 by 24 pixel size. Okay, we'll just keep it that way then. I'm just going to download this material icons, people icon, for better reference. Show in folder, drag and drop it. Always check with other designs for better reference how they are designing if you are not confident enough for that design. Okay, and it takes a lot of time to actually design these icons. Okay, so this is what I am doing over here. So before converting, I just keep the shapes as they were and then resize them, and let's see how they are looking. This is good, but actually for not following up to the actual design, not convert. The small people looking is way too large, so I need to expand them first, then copy another one and then drag them to this grid and then make it smaller. Maybe bring it a little upwards, maybe a little smaller, so that I have some separation between them. Also for this one is not being attached to this grid, so I have to attach it to some grid actually. This is a good head actually. किसका माइक ऑन है? कर दो
सागर बेटा।
This is good now. This is much better. So I'm just going to center it. I'm going to center it. Okay. Before doing that, let me just convert it to the line path, so that I have more control over the design later on. Okay. I'm going to fit it to this box. Now for this one, I'm just going to fit it to this line. Okay. Now I have proper 2 pixels of distance between them. Okay. So this is what I have been looking for. Now let me see if I can give some roundness to this one. Maybe not, because I changed the shape a little bit. So let's go back to our earlier designs when we had the ability. Okay. Does I have ability to change? No. This one I have ability. So I'm just going to delete this part. So it's all about trial and error. Okay, this one is the I still have that editing capability, so that's good. That's good. I can still edit the roundness of these 2 corners. Also I have the 2 pixels, space between them. Make it 2 pixels. Now it's good. Now it's much better. Okay, align them. Okay, now group them, and then also no need, I didn't need to group actually. Expand them, convert them to a compound path, and then copy. And attach it to this grid. This grid. This one I need to attach it to this grid, so that I have the 2 pixel safe area. Okay, so I'm just going to decrease the size a little bit. Now it's much more better. Okay, I'm just going to copy this one again, and I'm just going to intersect with this part. Okay, the bottom one is I'm hiding. Now for this layer, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go into the shape builder tool, and I'm just going to select this shape only. So this is our shape. I'm hiding that. This shape also. So I'm deleting everything else. So I have this one, I have this one as well. Okay, and from here I can just create another one, copy this one again. My bad. Copy this one again, give it some outlines. It will be like 2 pixels of outline, and then expand Then what I'm going to do is pathfinder, add, sorry, my bad, expand, add, where is the release path? Release. So everything has been released. Still I need to add, convert it to compound path. This is done. Okay. So I'm just going to intersect this path from the here. Okay. Minus front. Sorry. Minus back. Okay. So I have this part left. Okay. So I'm getting this space that I was looking for actually. Let's keep the space a little more actually. Let's another pixels of not 2.25, it will be 1 pixels. Okay. Then I have to expand, add, ho gaya. Now minus back. Okay, much better. Now if I see, I have the option to corner round the corners or not. For this one I have one should have been nice. Let me see why I don't have the ability for this one. I have to make changes to this anchor point to have the ability actually. Let me see how this works. Okay, the cornering isn't taking place. I have to manually corner it then. Okay, so what I can do over here is that I can use the anchor point tool, this tool, and I have the two anchor points. Click once and all of them will be gone. See if I still get the option or not. It's very frustrating actually, this corner part. Okay, I will change that part later. I guess I have to take a look how I can change that part. Maybe yoke boy is there. Yoke not here. Okay, maybe when you will come, you will help me out. So I need to corner of this part. So again, what I can do is that this way I can corner out. This way I can delete this one. And I can increase the handle like this to send up some kind of cornering look. Delete this one. So I'm taking help of my visual reference at this point. So the object might not look as good as intended. Still, so this is what we have made so far. Okay, it's not looking good, but it's not also looking bad. Okay, so I will have to redesign this icon later on, later point. So I am going to save this as it is right now. Now this saving profile is much more important. Okay, so I have to give this name, suppose about or pupil. Okay, then the save type should be SVG. If you are SVG, if you are making it for a product icon, for the product UI or UI icon, then you should export it as SVG. Then save. Then it will show something like this. For here you should use image location, not embed. Then disable preserve Illustrator editing capabilities, because if you disable this option, the size of this SVG icon will be a lot less. Okay. Also, when you go into the mode options, you should have style attributes on. The decimal places should be 1, and these 3 should be checked, these 2 should be disabled. Rest everything aside, click OK. Sorry, my bad. Before exporting the SVG icon, we have to delete the grid layer. Okay, because when you export it to the SVG icon, all the layers will show even if they are hidden or not. And I have to, if there is any shape, suppose as I had it earlier, I had it shape like this. I cannot keep a shape like this, okay, in SVG. I have to convert it to compound object, or I have to expand it to make it a shape, actual proper shape. Now you go there, it's a compound object. Okay, so I can group it as well. Okay, so this one is done. I have saved it. Let's do another icon. I think that will be much easier. I chose the wrong icon to start with. So another icon will be this information icon. This information icon. This is a relatively easy icon. Okay, this is relatively easy icon. I'm just going to download it because I want the look to be exactly like this. Just make a few changes here and there. Okay, so I'm going to download the SVG file. I'm going to drag it and cut this one here. Open my grid file. Where is the grid file? My bad. This is our grid. Paste it over here. Disable the grid first and center it. Now we have to see if yes, it's perfectly matching the circle to 2 pixels width. Also, I have 2 pixels of safe area, and these shapes are also 2 pixels. So I can just do one thing. I can just click on these corners. I can just round them up. So I didn't need to do much for this. I only had to do this one. This part is done for me. So I'm just going to delete this layer, the grid layer, because I'll be exporting it to SVG. Also, I do not have any shapes like that. I have made it a compound. It is already a compound path, so I do not need to worry about it. So save as SVG. Change the save as type to SVG. Then information. Okay, the profile should be same as before. Okay, I have tried with different profiles, and the problem that will happen, I'll show you a bit later. What will happen if you don't follow the proper guidelines, the saving profile. The next icon I will do will be for something as a star icon. Okay, so let's open up our grid file once again. Simply hide the grid, create a star first. The star tool. The radius one will be 30. Point should be 5 since it's a start. So it's much bigger now. I have to convert it to line mode. Stroke, only stroke. Change the color to black. Then change the weight to 2 pixels because we want 2 pixels. That's what we want. Then change the corners. All corners should be 2 pixels rounded for this design, for the kind of design that I am following here right now. But if you have some different kind of design as well, you can do it. Okay, I am going for 2 pixels. Then I need to do these parts as well. We are not reflecting. so they will reflect later once I convert it into, you know, corners. Okay, now this is reflecting because align stroke was selected to inside, stroke inside, that's why the problem was there. Okay, now we have the 2 pixels. I need to simply flip it. Okay, reflect it horizontally. Now we have the star. Okay, now I have to place the star centrally, then give it a safe area so that I have to disable the key lines and orthogonals, and let me just partly okay. So I have a safe area of 2 pixels on both sides. So you need to maintain the safe area only on one side. If since this is a not totally not a circular form of icon, so I do not need to worry about that. Okay, on the top and bottom part, because if you see closely, I have more than 2 pixels of safe area on the top and bottom part. So I have to just maintain on one side. So both the horizontal sides are maintained over here. So let me just do this one again. I have a OCD about it. Let me see if it's looking good on 3 pixel roundness or not. Three pixel is way too much. 2.5. This is much better. I'm going to recenter it. I'm going to check it again for the safe area. Okay, the safe area is now maintained. Now I can just delete the grid. Okay, select the grid layer and delete. Okay, so this part is done. Now I have to convert it. Since this is currently in shape form, you can see the line. Now I have to convert it, I have to expand it to make it into a shape or a path actually. So now this will work. Okay, now let's suppose if I didn't delete the grid. Suppose I didn't delete the grid, but it's currently hidden, and if I save it like this, okay, save as SVJ star. I'm using the same profile. Okay, same profile star. Now if I try to create a icon font with that, you can create icon fonts with this one. Okay, so if you go to Iconmoon website and then go here, then Iconmoon app, so if I drag and drop this icon, press the star. Wow, what was the pop-up that it showed? Let's take a look at the pop-up once again. Star. Strokes get ignored when generating font or CSH files. You may convert them to fills and re-import your SVGs. Okay. So what happened was that I didn't convert them it to strokes. So on some locations it might look bad. That's why this pop up. Also, if I go to this website called fluttericon.com, why we use this website? This website is used if I want to create a custom font icon pack, because we do not want to use direct SVG files, SVG icons directly over here. So we want to create a font icon pack with the icons that we custom icons that we want, then we can use it. So if I use this icon over, drag and drop, you will see the actual problem. See how it's looking? It's looking totally black right now, this one. That means all the grids are showing currently. Okay, all the grids and everything is showing. That's why I need to first delete the grids, then I need to change the object, I need to expand the object, or convert it to a shape actually, or compound path. Then if I save it, now if I go and delete this icon, okay, I'm deleting this icon, wait, I'm deleting this icon. Now I'm re-importing once again. No error shown, and it's showing perfectly. Okay, so that's why I told you to follow those 2 steps. Okay, so this icon is also done. So my network, क्या हो गया तुम्हारे नेटवर्क को? So I think this covers a lot of the parts that I needed to teach you or discuss about line icons. I have told you about the grids and how you should follow the grids, but not only the grid, you should the visual aspect should be given more important than the grids. This is the most important part. Also you need to, you know, also I told you how to design your grids your own way. You can design the grids on your own, you don't need to download anyone grids. Also I showed you some simple icons. This one, the people icon, I need to research a little bit more how others are designing it, because I'm having some issues with it. So yeah, this is how you can actually design a line icon. And in next class I'll probably show you how you can design some popular line icons for, you know, the apps, for the apps, okay, for as app icons. Suppose what is a good line icon pack? If I go to Play Store,
There's phosphor, there's scalars, there's Vera outline.
which one are you talking about?
Vera outline, phosphor,
Okay.
scalars.
Vera outline, if you want to know about Vera outline. Oh my bad. One for student, let's shut down. 1 4. It's actually a books app, so I should find it over here. I should also open Reeve, because Reeve is a very good icon pack. Vera icon pack, then go to studio, search for Vera outline. Vera outline. Okay, so Vera I outline this one. Let me see. So if you see the design, the lines are very thin. So in our design the lines are very thick. We have used 2 pixels width of line. They have probably used 1 or 0.5 pixels width of thickness. So basic principles is this one. Okay, so in next video I'll show some icon packs following this line icon design, and I'll show you how you can design them as well. Okay, for this one, where is that? The Reeve Pro. Let me show you the Reeve Pro. This one as well. These icons are also really great. They have designed some great icons as well. Also another icon pack that I like very much, and currently my preferred choice of icon pack for a line icon pack is the Willip icon pack. These icons are just mind-blowing. The designs are just mind-blowing. The two-tone design and then perfect amount of roundness and everything. The design is just way too beautiful.
Check out Aline series by Book.
Yeah,
Aline White series looks exactly like almost very similar to.
Yeah, the Aline series
Blip
also
as
good.
well.
Take a look at that one also. The Aline, this one is really great one. The Aline series. Okay. The white one, let me take a look at the white one actually. Align T, icon pack, white one here is orange, yellow, pink, purple, red, green, blue, black, white. Align. Kalias was also a good icon pack. Okay. So they have kind of similar design aspect as of Willip. So these
Yeah, the design language is similar, like
Yeah,
in
similar.
terms of choice of transparency,
Yeah.
in terms of white. Same goes with Alien Black as well.
Yeah. So this can also be achieved. I will show this kind of design in next class as well, okay, or in tomorrow's class. So I guess that's it about today's class. So if you have any queries or you want to know something, please let me know. Rev log. Yes, Rev is log. Rev is great. The icons are really great on Rev. Anyone with anything? Okay, so that's it then. So thank you for joining, guys. We'll see you on the next class tomorrow, hopefully, if I get time. Okay, good night. Thank you, guys. Bye.